Welcome to the Explainer. A lot of people think prompt engineering is just typing a clever instruction or maybe a magic sentence into a chatbot and getting a nice, neat answer back. But when we're talking about real software applications, it's so much more serious than that. Think about it. A simple query like, recommend some courses for this user might work great in a little demo, but it's totally insufficient for real production-level AI, where things like reliability, cost, and safety are literally on the line. Okay, let's dive into this and look at how we actually build robust enterprise-grade AI architecture. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to systematically break down this whole complex topic, moving from basic concepts all the way to building that robust architecture. We'll start by moving beyond the magic words, look at why prompts absolutely need application rules, perfect our context and output, validate and protect the AI, manage the prompt lifecycle, and finally, look at real AI workflows in practice. All right, section 1, beyond the magic words, because it is definitely not just clever text. Think of a demo prompt kind of like waving a magic wand, right? It's vague, it's simple, it gets a neat trick done. But for a real production environment, you need a highly configured machine. An application prompt is just one piece of a much larger workflow. It actually needs to know exactly which courses are currently available, the user's specific skill level, and the exact output format the system expects. You aren't just casually asking a question here. You are literally configuring a complex system. And that brings us to our formal definition. In software applications, prompt engineering is the practice of designing instructions, context, constraints, and output formats as versioned, tested components of a software workflow. See, in consumer chat, you, the user, type the prompt. But here, prompts are generated dynamically by the application's own business logic. The whole goal is making the AI's output usable, safe, predictable, and totally compatible with the rest of your software systems. Moving right along to section 2, prompts need application rules. This is all about enforcing reality. So the crucial point is this absolute mindset shift. Prompts guide behavior. Application code enforces rules. You absolutely cannot rely solely on the AI model's obedience for your system's safety. There's just no way. AI models can misunderstand things, they can randomly ignore instructions, or worse, they can be manipulated. So if your prompt says, ask for approval before processing a refund, your software architecture still needs to physically block that refund tool until that approval explicitly exists in your database. Use your prompts for guidance, for sure, but rely on your software architecture for actual guarantees. Section 3 now, perfecting context and output. Let's look at the inputs and results. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the context window problem. An AI model can only reason from what it actually sees, right? Give it too little context, and the answers are going to be super weak. But if you flood it with unnecessary context, like a user's entire click history or totally unrelated payment details, you actively increase your costs, you increase latency, and you massively increase the risk of hallucinations. Why? Because the model just gets confused by all that conflicting noise. Good context design is about giving the model only the accurate, current, and totally relevant information it needs for that one specific task. Another incredibly powerful tool for perfecting your model's behavior is something called few-shot prompting. Essentially, this just means giving the model a few clear examples of your desired input and output to really help it understand the patterns you're looking for. Say you're classifying user support tickets. Providing a few solid examples turns a kind of vague instruction into demonstrated behavior. It is absolutely crucial for dramatically improving consistency, especially for tasks that involve subtle business rules or super specific formatting expectations. And speaking of formatting, let's be real. Software needs machine-readable data. It doesn't need flowery conversational prose. Notice the structured JSON output for a course recommendation. Why is this so essential? Well, because the application needs to actually process the AI's result. If the AI just writes a beautiful paragraph, your code can't easily extract the exact course ID to, say, display the correct thumbnail on your website. Structured outputs like JSON are exactly what allow your application to parse, validate, and seamlessly utilize the AI's logic. All right, section 4, validating and protecting AI. Time to talk safety and security. Let's actually put this into practice. Imagine a failure mode where the AI completely hallucinates a course ID that doesn't actually exist. Now, you can and absolutely should use prompt guardrails. That's basically telling the model, hey, do not recommend unavailable courses. But what if it goes ahead and does it anyway? That right there is where application guardrails step in. The application layer must strictly enforce reality. It has to validate that recommended course ID against your actual database before it ever shows up on the user's screen. And this strict architectural defense, that is exactly how you handle malicious prompt injection. That's when a user tries to override your system's rules to, say, reveal sensitive admin data. Defending against this isn't just a matter of asking the model nicely to ignore bad instructions. You have to design the whole system so that even if the AI is completely fooled, the blast radius is literally zero. You do not retrieve unauthorized data in the first place. You strictly validate all tool calls, and you enforce permissions right there in the code. Which brings us to Section 5, the prompt engineering lifecycle, managing versions. Okay, picture this. A user reports a terrible, completely broken AI response. If you don't have version control for your prompts, you are going to be faced with the absolute nightmare of debugging this one question. Which prompt version generated this output? Was it version 1, version 2? Did a recent tweak to the output format somehow break the whole thing? Prompt versions should always be logged alongside your AI requests. That way, you can actually track when quality changes, pinpoint exactly which version caused a validation failure, or see which version suddenly spiked your compute costs. And because these prompts are a core part of the application, they have to be rigorously tested before they ever hit deployment. Consider some of these specific edge cases. What happens if the user has a completely unrealistic timeline? Or what if they're asking for an unsupported certification claim? What if they're just an incredibly angry customer? Testing these exact scenarios provides you with hard, actual evidence that our prompt behaves safely and correctly in the wild, rather than just subjectively looking okay to a developer on a Tuesday afternoon. Finally, Section 6, AI workflows in practice. Let's look at real-world production. And this brilliantly illustrates how we bring all these concepts together into a complete, step-by-step course recommendation workflow. Notice here that calling the model is literally just step 2. First, you collect the user's goal and retrieve only the most relevant context. Then, you call the model. After that, you parse the structured JSON it gives back. Then, your application code validates the course IDs and double-checks any prerequisites. And only then do you actually show the ranked results to the user. Visually, this just proves that the prompt itself is merely one step in a much larger, heavily engineered machine. So we've seen today that prompt engineering for applications is really about templates, context design, structured outputs, strict validation, versioning, and rigorous testing. It's about taking those prompts and wrapping them in rock-solid software safeguards. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to take away. When you sit down to build your next AI feature, are you just writing magic words, or are you designing reliable software architecture? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy engineering.